Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Ladies and gentlemen, awakening process in the Arab countries, named Arab Spring, symbolized a fight against westernized authoritarian regimes, corruption, social injustice, unemployment. It is possible to say that uprisings of people in Tunisia and Egypt originally were revolutions. These events became a surprise for the West, which dominated this area for a long time. However, after some pause, the Western powers managed to take the initiative and to exploit them. It was especially shown in the events in Libya, Syria, and also in certain degree in Bahrain, Yemen, and some other countries. In many ways, these actions of the United States and Western Europe were the continuation of the American invasion of Iraq in 2003, which led to radical change of balance of forces in the region and put fire on religious disputes, especially Shia-Sunni discord or divide. Intervention of the West, and first of all of the United States, into affairs of the Middle East led to destabilization of the situation, to tension grows. The main thing is that this aggressive policy, has led to the creation of a new centers of Islamic extremism. The proof is situation in Libya, Syria, Iraq, and now in number of the African countries. In fact, the Islamic State of Iraq and the Levant was created with the direct promotion of the United States and was supported by a number of Sunni organizations from the Gulf. On June 29th, the supporters of this group proclaimed the establishment of so-called caliphate. This event can seriously change the political map of the region. And three main points should be underlined in this regard. First, the idea of caliphate is attractive for many ordinary Muslims because it symbolizes the ability to restore the former glory and power of the Muslims, as it was at the time of the Prophet Muhammad and four righteous caliphs. It is attractive to the Muslim youth, particularly which are living in Western countries, where they often feel second-class citizens. As for cruel actions of supporters of this new caliphate, the young people perceive it as a necessity that opens the way to the effective dissemination of the Muslim faith. Second, the supporters of the caliphate have a number of serious tactical successes. They managed to capture a lot of the Iraqi modern weapons, and after the capture of Mosul, they've got a significant amount of money. They have the money from the oil fields as well. Moreover, they have a solid financial support from some Sunni organizations. We also can't ignore the present in the ranks of the caliphate a considerable number of young professionals in various fields, including in the field of computers and information. So it can be concluded that the new movement has serious material resources and capabilities. Third, the open anti-American rhetoric and public execution of two American journalists demonstrated to many Muslims that caliphate becomes a serious driving force that is able to throw a real challenge to the omnipotence of the West. It is worthy to note that according to the Western sources, only for the first half of August, the ranks of Islamic State joined 1,000 persons. The total number of foreigners in this group is estimated at 11,000 persons. That is necessary to, as well, to mention that the fact that its support for Caliphate announced several organizations in some African and Asian countries. In this regard, it is noteworthy that the leader of Qaeda, Ayman Zawahiri, feeling this new organization loses its centrality, announced the establishment in early September branches of Al-Qaeda in this country, in India, Bangladesh, and the surrounding areas. I do not know if we can use this competition for our own purposes, but certainly it is necessary to pay more attention to the problems of the region, because the Americans are going to withdraw most of its troops from Afghanistan at the end of this year, which undoubtedly will lead to increased Taliban influence with all the grave consequences. Add to the strengthening of radical forces in Pakistan. So it is clear that we can get a new dangerous hotbed of extremism in this part of the world as well. This generally disturbing situation becomes more complicated by the Arab-Israeli conflict, and particularly bloody conflict in Gaza. And there are religious elements in this equation are taking the upper hand sometimes, and that is which makes the achievement of the settlement much more difficult and complicated. The rise of political Islam, which according to some Arab analysts achieved its peak, put in the forefront, particularly in all other countries of the Middle East, a question of balance of forces between secular and religious forces. In each country, it will be decided in different ways. A number of political scientists believe that process will take a long time, and the pendulum will go in that or the other direction many times. There is ground to believe that the further role of the leading Western states in this part of the world will weaken, and influence of local regional powers will increase. We must understand that there is no military solutions for the existing current conflicting situation. The settlement can be achieved only by dialogue, negotiations, consensus agreements. Attempts of unilateral intermediary efforts only aggravate problems and lead to the deadlocks. Meanwhile, the Syrian experience shows that joint actions are capable to lead to positive results. Unfortunately, today, leaders of some Western countries think more about their own interests and ambitions rather than about the destiny of the nations. As the result, we are seeing serious complications on international arena. Failure to set priorities in a right way, fraught with new tensions in the international relations. Without understanding this simple truth, we will constantly face new challenges and threats. If the danger of new international terrorism does not push the current leaders to coordinate and to unite their efforts, the whole world will face severe challenges. Severe challenges. It seems to me that BRICS, these organizations from 5 countries or 5 states, should take the initiative and should play much more important role in the future. Thank you very much.